Welcome to another edition of Racing World. Here we are at Road Atlanta in Georgia in the US. We told you that we'd bring you this special. We're going to cover a lot of things here, but first things first, Indycar. Big test at the IMS road course on Monday, so in a couple of days from now. There's quite a few teams testing there. The big star, if you like, will be Mick Schumacher driving a Rahal Letterman car. Where's that going to lead? Not quite sure. If there was a weak link at Rahal Letterman's right now, it would be Devlin Di Francesco. This could be almost a bit of a publicity stint as well, but it'll be very interesting to see how Mick Schumacher goes in that, and we'll hear from him in our next show. We've arranged to get coverage of the press conference that he's doing on Monday after the test, so it'll be great to hear from him. If we look at the other seats that are currently still available, there's one at AJ Foyt. Rumour has it that Kyle Coletti from Indy Next will get that. There's one at Dale Coyne Racing. Rumour has it Romain Grosjean will get that. We saw him here at Road Atlanta. And then there's one other remaining seat, which is at Junkos Racing. And the kind of latest rumour has it that maybe Rinus VeeKay will end up there. So what's that mean? It means Connor Daly misses out on a full-time ride. Now, I heard rumour from a very good source the other day that Daly's already down to look at maybe the Dreyer Reinbold second car for the Indy 500, which would of course then mean that Ryan Hunter-Reay's not there. So there's still a lot of things to play out. But the test on Monday I think will be very important to see what form we're going to see for next year when the final lineup for IndyCar becomes a little bit more solid. One of the people I was lucky enough to catch up with the other day was a good friend, James Hinchcliffe. Hadn't seen him in quite a few years, even though he's been around IndyCar and everything else, but not the chance to chat like we did the other day. I had a couple of questions for him, and the first one actually, because of his involvement in Formula One, was about Kiwi Liam Lawson.
It's a huge step, you know, and obviously the way the first half of the year went for him, that's a difficult situation for any driver. You know, I think he's managing it well. I think he's managing expectations really well. You know, he's very realistic about the situation that he's in, and I think that helps a lot. I think anytime a driver starts lying to themselves about the situation, that's when you can really get into trouble. But he knows what the Red Bull program is like. He knows that it's about performing, and that's it. And you know, he seems to have turned a bit of a corner with that RB car, and he's had a couple strong results, but he knows he's got to do it consistently over the last part of the season, or else you know he's facing the possibility of not being on the grid next year.
Following up on that opportunity to talk to James, I had one more question for him. Recently he did a test in a fully fledged Haas car the same day as Romain Grosjean tested at Mugello in Italy, and this is the first time that Hinchcliffe's been in a Formula One car. I wanted to get his take on how different that was to an Indy car and just what that sensation was like.
No, I can say with now some degree of certainty that the neck stress that Formula One drivers face it's unbelievable. There's really nothing you can do in a gym to prepare for it. It's something that you just have to punish yourself through in the race car, and ultimately you get what we call race fit just from doing laps, because the performance of those cars is very tough to put into words, honestly, and what forces it puts on the body is tough to experience outside of that kind of machine. So the drivers they're not yanking your chain. It's a pretty legitimate complaint when they say their necks are sore.
New Zealand is a very special place for us personally, because obviously it's home. We've seen you in New Zealand before. Pleasure to speak to you, pleasure to follow you, and thank you for everything that you do for the series as well.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Fantastic to be able to catch up with James there. It was a very rare opportunity, just happened to be passing at the right time, so it was fantastic to see him. In our next show from Road Atlanta, I catch up with another person that's very valuable around the IndyCar scene, and that's David Land, a fellow YouTuber as well. Always good to chat with him, so we'll have that in our next show for you. And he's got some insights on where he sees season 2026 going. As for Road Atlanta, this is 7 o'clock in the morning on race day. The race doesn't even start till midday. Just been blown away by the crowds that are coming in here. Absolutely massive. For Kiwi viewers, there's a ton of Kiwis here. Dixon, Bamba, McElroy. In the support categories we had Yardley and Madeline Stewart as well. Just fantastic environment. The fan base is incredible. IMSA are doing a fantastic job on this as well. Really can't get over how well managed this event is. Road Atlanta itself, what an amazing race course. Uphill, downhill, The production team here, we've walked over 100 kilometres in just a couple of days, so it's been a calf-bending exercise, you might say, but all in all, it's been a great gig. So we will have more for you in our next Racing World show, including the chat with Mick Schumacher and David Land. But for now, it's race day here at Road Atlanta. We'll get back to you in just a couple of days from now.